This is a new song that I wrote this week. A friend of mine's young teen nephew committed suicide last week, and I was reading in the paper that there had been quite a few happening, and it made me think a lot about that and about choices and the way I've felt in the past. And this song is called "The Stories That We Tell." The stories that we tell can take us up to heaven or can take us down to hell. The thoughts I hold to be true can make me feel joy, or they can make me feel so blue. I'm a shell of the woman I could have been, broken by these long years of neglect. I was never once certain that love was mine by right. I used to sob at night and no one reached for me. A tender touch was so rare. I'd open a little to show you my heart, and you'd slash at it without care. You've pulled me apart, stone by stone, bone by bone, wrenched me from my foundations over and over. Tiny me trying to grow roots, reaching for water. You'd pick at the buds of my new shoots like lambs to a slaughter. After all, who wants a confident daughter when you can have an obedient one? Now I'm exposed. I'm wearing the emperor's new clothes. I used to be this glorious creature, but now I'm the feature show of a worm that lost its glow. Now I'm ready to deal. I've been numbing so long I forgot how to feel. Can't tell what's real. It seems like it's too late. I ran frightened through the time, looking for love, not realizing the divine was within me. I couldn't see. I was too enmeshed in your doctrines of bended knee, being what you told me to be. But then again, I was never really that good at trying to be what I should. I'm a failure and a wreck. You can parade my shortcomings up on deck. I'm really a sick child with so much potential. But I cried a lot and needed more than you can give. So you spanked me with your belt and tried to teach me how to live. You told me to forgive while anger created a deep well. You said suck it up when I fell, even though blood was gushing from my body and it felt like hell. How do I get away from these monsters that hold sway? How do I walk into a new day without dragging the corpse of all this pain? It's really such a shame that it took me this long to find my song. Is there really something wrong with me for wanting to be free? Is there really something wrong with me for wanting to be seen? Understood? Instead of feeling like everything I do is no good, instead of beating me with all your shoulds, I'm out like a light. I've lost my will in this fight. I'd rather be wrong than you're kinda right. The stories that we tell can take us up to heaven or can take us down to hell. The thoughts I hold to be true can make me feel joy, or they can make me feel so blue. I've got you to blame for all this pain driving me insane. I found a message in the bottom of a bottle of Jack. Jack did diddly squat for me, just made me angry. And so I jumped into the water and I couldn't swim. And as the darkness took me in, I heard you say, my honey, are you trying to die? And I nodded as I started to cry, and you said, life is for the living, it's not for the faint-hearted. Life is for the living, let go of what's departed. It's weighing you down. you're going to drown. Don't you have a story to tell? One that doesn't end in this hell. Broken and abused, lonely and confused. Maybe this is news to you. You've got love in store for you. There's so much more in store for you. It's always darkest before the dawn. It's always darkest before the dawn. Keep moving on, keep moving on. It's always darkest before the dawn. It's always darkest before the dawn. Keep moving on. The sun is gonna rise for you. The sun is gonna rise, it's true. The sun is gonna rise for you, rise for you. Let the sun rise in you. Let the sun rise in you. Let it rise in you. Let the sun rise, let the sun rise. Let the sun rise, let the sun rise. Let the sun rise, let the sun rise. Let the sun rise in you. The stories that we tell can take us up to heaven or can take us down to hell. The thoughts I hold to be true can make me feel joy or they can make me feel so blue.